So last year I was here at the end of Ramadan and at the beginning of Eid al-Fitr. And I got to see what they did here at the mosque. The first morning of Eid al-Fitr, everyone in the neighborhood comes here, and they have some sort of special religious, I don't know, ceremony or whatever. And so this is the first time to see Ramadan at the very beginning. And so we did get the green light from the religious affairs minister or whatever, and he said yes, Ramadan is going to start tomorrow. Yes, of course. Can I ask a question? Yes. Ah, okay. Please subscribe. Yes, subscribe. Yeah. I got a question. No? Easy. Hari pertama, okay? Saya juga. Besok coba. Puasa.
Stay halal, brother.
Hey. Sampai besok. See you tomorrow. So I think tomorrow this whole street will be lined with food carts and vendors out selling all kinds of stuff. Hopefully my guy's here who sells the watermelon juice. Stuff's so good. Exactly what you want after a full day of not eating and drinking. And yeah, it's the best thing in the world. And they gave me a whole bowl of food is what it looks like. It's pretty heavy too. So I guess after their prayer, they passed around a bunch of food. I didn't mean to go over there to get food, but of course everyone is super generous and nice, and they insisted that I take it, and so I'm going back with a bag full of food. I'm not sure what it is yet. We'll go look at it. Hey.
Okay.
Ooh, this is what we get, huh? Some noodles, some mie, telur, tahu.
Ini wortel.
I'm guessing everyone gets the same thing. Oh yeah, and then on the bottom is a bunch of rice, I'm sure.
Makan, Kak makan.
Ya, sudah makan.
Sama apa?
Makan tadi.
Enak.
Enak.
Nanti malam sama itu ya.
Okay.
Sahur namanya.
Wow, so this one's mine.
Ini punya Nick ini.
Okay, so I guess they're not all the same. Mine is different. Chicken, telur, noodles, some cake. Oh, banana.
Makan.
I'll eat the banana right now. Yeah, wow. Ada banyak. Makan. Satu cukup.
Ini.
Okay. 2 eggs, some noodles. Okay.
Goreng.
Okay. It is 3:17.
Jam berapa?
Jam berapa? 3:20.
Ya.
3:20. And the start of day 1. Puasa mulai.
Iya. Gak nak minum teh.
Minum air. Minum water. Okay, just drinking water. So I did this last year, and I only did 1 day last year, and so this time around I'm gonna go as long as I can. You know, as long as I'm staying here in Jember with IBNU, I'm gonna try and do every single day, honestly. And so here's the day 1. Ibnu tidur?
Tidur.
Tidur.
Ibnu puasa apa?
You know, I don't know. Is it hard for everybody on the first day of Puasa? That's another thing. I want to do it. I want to start it with everybody else. You know, and just see how I fare compared to everybody else. Looks like what I made in college. I'm guessing the first day is hard for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Big news. I'm still sleepy. Wrap up in just wrong. Noodles with rice, only in Indonesia.
Ini semua untuk Nick, Muis gak dewe, tak bikin dengan diri ya.
Okay.
Ini semua ini.
So I'm gonna eat it all. Rice, noodles, and egg. And so one thing I'm not gonna do this time is I'm not gonna try to overdo it and drink way too much water early on in the morning. That was a mistake last year. Last year I tried to eat as much as I could in the morning and more so drink as much as I could. So I was, whenever the morning prayer came and you had to stop, I was so bloated and so stuffed I could hardly move. Don't throw up. I'm okay. I think it's all the water I'm drinking. I think I drank too much. My stomach hurts. And that was just not a good approach. This time, yeah, I'm gonna drink a lot, but I'm not gonna force myself to drink a lot of water. Because I just went to the restroom like, I don't know, 5 times in the first 2 hours last year. So all that water I drank this morning, I think it's just running right through me. It's a very early breakfast. I was just going to say that. It's kind of hard to eat this much food early in the morning. And I got the lele, the catfish from yesterday, but I don't know if I'm going to eat it. I'm getting kind of full. That was the problem last year. I got a little too bloated in the morning. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Give me that fruit. So hard to eat a bunch of rice and noodles first thing in the morning. I did it. But it wasn't easy. I had to force that one down. Terima kasih.
Iya.
Okay. Now, so today's Puasa starts at 4:04. I've got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna brush the teeth and then chill out. Yeah. So even though they've started this at the mosque, that doesn't mean to stop?
No, it's okay, still okay.
What are they doing now?
They're reading the Quran.
Oh, they're just reading the Quran? Okay. And so they read the Quran last night until about 12? 11:30, 12? And I think they do that every single night during Ramadan. I don't know if you heard him, but he said it's a good time to worship and to become closer to God.
Yes.
And focus on your faith is what the whole purpose of Ramadan is. And I guess, the whole idea of fasting is to put yourself in, people of less fortunate situations, put yourself in their shoes, people who don't have as much as you do. And if you're hungry, then, well, it's just the idea of like, well, there's a lot of other hungry people around the world, and this is how they feel. right now I am stuffed. I am stuffed. I had plenty. And Puasa starts right now. I think that's so cute. IBNU'S mom chooses to ride her bicycle to the mosque when she lives right here. I mean, she does have to go to the other side because the women, they worship on the far left side of the mosque and the men are on the right. So maybe, because she has to go way over there, she chooses to ride her bicycle right across the street. And to give her credit, she's got to be in her 70s easily, so she's still on a bike. Good for her. So you got the mosque here, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a mosque just down the street right over there. And it's actually not as loud as it was last year because they just built the new speaker tower or whatever you call it, I don't know, on the back side of the top of the mosque here. And last year they had the megaphones on the top of, I'm not sure what you would call this, but the top of the mosque, they had 12 megaphones on top of the mosque right here. And since it was a lot lower and a lot closer, man, you could just feel it almost in the house. It just came in really loud and really strong. But since they've built that tower in the back, the megaphones are higher and they're a little bit further back, and so it's not as loud in the house. Yeah. It's 9:11. So after breakfast, around 5 o'clock, took a nap, and bam, 4 hours done. This is gonna be easy. Just that, yeah, I could definitely use a drink of water. My mouth is kind of dry just from sleeping for 4 hours, but I don't know the rules on that. Am I allowed to, put water in the mouth and then spit it out? I don't know. Check this out. My shirt matches the drapes. Evening, still sleeping. Bobby! Hey! Apa kabar? Hari ini sekolah?
Libur.
No? Okay. Holiday? Right. I guess the first day of Ramadan, surely they don't have school. Nice. Hari ini sedang apa?
Main.
Main?
Main.
Main apa?
Kau boleh bawa ini loh.
No. Ah!
Nggak boleh.
I can't. And it is coffee roasting time. How you feeling right now, Ibnu? It's 10:42. You haven't had a cigarette since this morning. How you feeling?
This is something different.
Huh? Different. Luckily, I don't smoke, so I don't have to worry about that. And I got to tell you guys something too. There's a reason I feel like I'm going to do a lot better this year when I do Puasa. Because last year when I did it, well, I was still a pretty big coffee drinker. And so I haven't shared this with you guys yet, but I quit drinking coffee about 8 months ago on my birthday. I had my last cup of coffee and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try giving this up for a while. And I did. And, I feel great. But that's not going to stop me from selling and promoting IBNU'S coffee because just because I quit drinking coffee, I don't think that's going to have any effect on anyone else. And so, sure, I wake up every day and I don't think about coffee, but I'm sure for a lot of people, yeah, the idea of quitting coffee is just not something you would do. So today we're gonna watch IBNU roast some of his delicious manual roasted coffee. You know, it is great. I do love it. It smells wonderful. But for me, I just decided to quit. And so that's why I think I'm going to do better this year, because last year in the morning when I woke up, I don't know why, but I didn't have a cup of coffee. I just figured, oh, I'm going to go back to sleep soon and then I'll be okay. And so in the morning at 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m., I didn't have any coffee. And last year we actually got out. We did quite a bit. We went to the beach. We went to this island.
We've made it to the other side.
Doing a lot of activity, and it was hot. And around 1 or 2 o'clock, I just started getting a really bad headache.
Got a slight headache. A little bit. I mean, it's kind of, you can feel it creeping in a little bit, but I think that might be just because I didn't have any coffee this morning.
That just got worse and worse. And so by the time 5 o'clock rolled around and it was time to break the fast, I had a pretty bad headache, and you know, so we're looking at about 25 minutes. How am I feeling? Kind of the worst part about it is just I have a headache. The watermelon drink that I had was delicious, and IBNU'S mom, what did she give me? No idea what it is, but IBNU'S mom just made me a bowl of it, so I got to eat it. Daw it. I don't know. I'll check it out in the video, but and then I had a cup of coffee, and I ate a little bit, but I couldn't really eat much. And then I took some aspirin, and you know, after the coffee kicked in and after the aspirin took effect, I felt better. And I felt bad because we went to Bobby's house and they cooked dinner for me and they had all this food, and I was just like, I just don't feel good at all. So I'm hoping today, because you know, I won't have those caffeine withdrawals. I think I'll be a lot better. Fingers crossed. If I have the same reaction, if I feel the same way, I might as well just start drinking coffee again, right? I'll tell you what, it still smells good. I still love the smell of coffee. And you can find this on Tokopedia, on Shopee. You can contact IBNU directly. Either one of those options is fine.
As long as you reach me.
As long as you reach him, that's right.
I tell you what, this never gets old. I mean, I've made videos about this. I've shot this a million times, but I love watching them make this. So good. Oh, I think I see one.
Yeah.
Ooh, hot.
And you're still getting some good use out of my fan?
Yes.
I brought this fan last year for him for Liburan, for Idul Fitri, as a gift. But they don't use it for themselves. They don't use it to cool themselves down. They use it to cool down the coffee. Which is fine. But I'm glad they're getting a lot of use out of it. I would love to drink you right now, but I can't.
Number 2. This is going to be dark?
Yeah.
Okay. Them chickens want to run out. Hey, chickens! What up? Yeah, this is all new. So, yeah, IBNU'S keeping all the chickens back here. If you remember, he would just let them roam around over there. It looks like since then he's built this. You guys on a little chicken coop back here. Got some little tiny chicks. What up, guys? All right, so it's 12 o'clock. I've got that first sensation of hunger.
You've got to be thirsty after sitting next to that fire and roasting the coffee for so long. How's the urge to smoke? A little bit? A little bit. What about coffee?
Both.
Both. Yeah, I can imagine you going through nicotine withdrawal, then caffeine withdrawal, then you're thirsty and you're hungry. See, I only have two to worry about: the hunger and the thirst. Wow, look at all them bananas too.
Like this, just
Got to be at least 50. You say a good 3 days?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Nice and juicy.
Still.
Yeah.
Samurai.
Yeah, samurai. Okay.
That is so satisfying. Time to feed the chickens. These guys can't wait. You do this once a day?
2 times.
2 times a day. That's why they want to rush out the door when you open it. They think you got food. Well, over here, dummies. Come on. Little guy. Ah.
To eat on it.
No, she doesn't want it because you already ate already.
You don't want it, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He wants to fuck her.
2:30. Feeling good, feeling good. Just 2.5 hours left. I got this. I got this. Alrighty, so I found a website that tells you when you can break the fast. And when you break the fast, you call that iftar. And that's just the meal you eat after the sun goes down. And yeah, and that, it says 5:36. 5:36, Ibnu.
Yep.
Let's break it.
Ready.
Iftar, coconut,
Just wait. Yeah,
cigarette, coffee.
yeah. Check. 7.
Oh, did you put them in the refrigerator? Okay, first things first.
Kasih es mau.
Ooh.
Kasih ini mau.
S? Oh,
Mau.
yes.
Mau.
Mau. Okay, so they made a little kalapa drink. Ooh, yeah.
Ini.
The
Kurang. Ini nih.
it's okay.
Nanti.
Scoop.
Kalau tiga es
Ooh, this is gonna be good. 13.5 hours later, you're allowed to drink something and eat something. But I was reading up on it. They say you don't want to eat anything that has too many carbs. You want to keep it light, obviously. You don't want to stuff yourself and get bloated. It's good to, I don't know, drink some something with a lot of nutrients, obviously. An electrolyte drink would be good. Oh man, that's incredible. So good, and I feel fine. You know, feel 100 times better than I did last year when I tried Ramadan. Ooh. Ooh, how's the first sip?
It's good.
Yeah, that didn't take long. Maybe I can get more?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and for dinner, IBNU'S mama made some delicious looking green chicken curry, tofu, some green beans. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be good. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. She's figured out my spice level too. Has a little bit of spice to it, but not a whole lot. Perfect for me. That is good. Let's try the chicken. Perfect. Love it.